Student achievement in line with curriculum is central business of any teacher, of course. And quality of evaluation largely depends the quality of assessments, which drives and shapes learning. Assessment and evaluation should be based on curriculum expectation and the achievement level outlined in the national curriculum. Ability to communicate the curriculum expectation in Pakistan for mathematics are ability to communicate mathematically, reason and analyze, to think and act in positive way, and to use a variety of strategies to problem solve and to make mathematical connections.
Sir, Professor, would you please slow down your speech because sometimes I couldn't follow you.
Oh,
Thank you.
Test and education system of Pakistan is a popular way of assessment of the students. Two indicators are universally accepted as quality of test, that is validity and reliability. Validity of the test or any instrument is further categorized as content, construct, and criterion related. Moreover, the criterion related validity is further classified as concurrent validity and predictive validity. Predictive validity is the power of the test which, on the basis of which it predicts the future achievement of the student, which is the main concern of the study. So the objective of the study was set as, do the score on mathematics paper significantly predict the score on a test of mathematical thinking? How far the score on paper of mathematics predict the score in different aspects of mathematical thinking? Does the predictive power of the score in paper of mathematics for grade 9 with tests on mathematical thinking is consistent across the gender? Research design was based on the post-positivist paradigm of research. Consequently, the researcher in this paradigm doesn't mind if there is more than one reality, and a large sample was needed for these objectives to be answered. Population of the study was all students enrolled in 9th grade comprised of the population. The sample was, students were 506. Those students were randomly selected from 40 schools. These schools both comprise male and female, private and public schools, similarly urban and rural schools. So there was a lot of variety in the schools. The gender-wise ratio in the sample was 70% male and 30% female. A test of mathematical thinking was administered to the student to collect the primary data. This test contained 36 items in all, 6 items each for 6 aspects of mathematical thinking: generalization, deduction, problem solving, induction, logical thinking, and proofs. How this test was developed? First of all, the researcher developed a test specification. What to be included and what not. Then the item statement were revised if the researcher thought it is necessary. Then this instrument was sent to the content expert for their expert comments, and items were reconsidered domain-wise. Initially, some of the items I had put in the logical thinking, but the experts said that no, it better suits to the problem solving. So this such type of revision work. And items, the content of the item were also reused. Sometimes the option were not suitable. Sometimes the wording of the was too difficult of the item. Then, after passing this stage, this instrument was pilot tested. item analysis was conducted along with the factor analysis as well. After some of the items which were too easy or too difficult were rejected, and some of the items that were difficult or easier were revised. Those items who did well were accepted and were included in the final selection parameters, while some items were revised and this process they were included in the final test. So this was the test development process. Secondary data was taken from the school directly from their exam conducted by the Board of Intermediate and Secondary Education in various schools. Validation content validity was measured through expert opinion. Construct validity was measured through factor analysis. This is the result of construct validity. You see, almost each item loads fairly to their respective construct. D1, D6, these mean deduction items. Only 2 items had a little problem, and this problem solving one item is also loading on the deduction item. The nature of the item was that the student had to use deductive thinking, otherwise it was problem solving. And another item that had a little problem was I think the logical thinking. These 2 items had a little deviation from the norms of the test, otherwise the test was perfect, almost perfect. These are the results. You see, for overall students, all students, both gender included, the result is significant both for the mathematical thinking as a whole and both for their respective subscales. You see, the highest, you see the highest correlation is with the mathematical proofs, followed by problem solving, while the lowest is with induction, followed by generalization. Induction and generalization are almost the same with a very minute difference, in the sense that for perfection, induction will have to be proved mathematically, while generalization cannot be proved mathematically. Correlation that I have said, so please. This is the result for male student. You see, for induction and for generalization, these scores are not significant. They do not, you see, this is the lowest correlation for these 2. Well, the same result like the girls, the male student proofs is highly correlated, followed by problem solving. And this is for female. You see, here the highest correlation is the logical thinking. So it means the women can think logically better than the boys. So please turn to the graph. That is easier to explain. Previous.
Önceki diyor hocam.
Previous.
Önceki.
Oh, graph. Okay. So logical thinking followed by the induction. While the lowest problem solving, they don't have the ability to solve the problems mathematically. So, as a whole, the home exam was doing well to predict the reasoning ability of the student in future. And the result also indicates that the curriculum is quite rich in reasoning ability. This shows the weaker result due to generalization, shows that the students are weak generalizer. And this result was particularly true for the boys. They are weak generalizer than the girls. The possible reason may be that the female are more careful in their life and they are better to see patterns